Greetings guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Monette and this is my channel Evolve with Monette. Today what we're going to get into is a reading for Capricorn. I've been thinking about this, and the song that came to mind, as music is so powerful when we're dealing with these readings, you may notice that a lot of the readers sing in their readings, and I think it's delightful, but it's because we get energies from that song, and music transmutes energy. So the song that came up was Love Lockdown by Kanye West. Now, that is about the ending of a relationship, so I want to see what comes up here. I think there's a couple of meanings before you click off if that's not where you are, because this could be about locking down actual love. So let's see what comes up. I want to go into, first we're going to pull a few cards, but I want to just start with a channeled message. The message that I got about this when I was pre-shuffling and getting ready this morning to talk to you guys about this was about shifting your balance. And this is specifically for Capricorn. Because of that grounded energy, because for you guys being in relationship is really part of the Holy Grail. It's a part of the mountain that you climb. You care about not just longevity, but you care about clarity in a relationship, and you care about loyalty, and you care about the ability to work with someone over a period of time. These are some of the things that are going to come up here, and they said that because of that, you are either, there are exits happening, or there are people that you are finding you want to solidify your connection with. So the love lockdown, let's begin. Let's begin and see what's happening here. First thing here that comes up, Knight of Wands. Okay. The Star. What are we manifesting? What are we pulling in, guys? I'm not loving you the way I wanted to. Had to make a move. Had to run from you. Not loving you, and the vibe was wrong. So for some of you guys, we flip this out. What are we manifesting? So what has the vibe been wrong or been right about for you? Let's see what story they're going to tell me here. Knight of Pentacles. I love this for you, Capricorn. This abundance. This I will do it myself. I will build it myself. I will make it myself. Thank you. I've got this myself. And that's what makes, I believe, Capricorns very alluring to have relationship with, because they are completely self-sufficient. But I believe that the universe is saying it's time to welcome in some new help. It's time to have a helpmate. Yeah, it's time to have an equal share, equanimity. It's time to have a balanced norm of reciprocity. So dual messages here. So for the people that are moving into new relationship, that's going to be a requirement. For the people that are deciding maybe the relationship I was in wasn't meeting me where I needed to be, that's going to be a place where you exit. This is for you guys. Now, here's the thing. This card is your card, Capricorn. Do not be dismayed. He's quite alluring, this devil. Yeah, the devil is always alluring. But Capricorn energy, devil energy, this is the card. You show up here in your reading, Capricorn. So don't be worried about that. This is because one of the things that grounds this energy is the love of abundance, financial security, moving into a new place of having your needs actually met. And I feel like that's what we want to talk about here. In the positive, it's about being very in touch with what you need. Okay, this is a very sacral chakra energy. That sexual, yummy energy is happening here. And I feel like there is an energy where there has to be an understanding that there has to be a balance. For some of you that have been in relationships with Capricorn, if you're cross-watching and you're wondering what's been going on, if they've been connected to their pentacles and not to the relationship, then this is what's happening. You're not moving forward. I just pulled this and I have all my cards upright. So when a reversal pops out, I always take it because I know that it's a message and there's some nuance here. There's been something that's been stagnating here for you, and now the story starts to flow. And there's something that's been stagnating and something that you know you need to let go. And that thing that's been stagnating, and you've been watching it and waiting, and you've been asking the Lord, you've been asking, this is definitely higher power energy here, getting assistance. I'm getting used to new angles on my camera, guys. New camera, new life, new phone, who this? So, this Three of Pentacles, Ascended Masters coming in to help. Guys, clarify for me these Nine of Pentacles. The person that you were dealing with wasn't giving you the offer that you wanted, okay? This is now turning into a love reading, so we let it metamorphosize, and it has. This person wasn't giving you what you wanted. There was kind of slow moving action here. Six of Pentacles. Now we're telling the story. So for some of us that are releasing relationship, okay, Capricorn, for some of you guys that are doing that, it was because someone was making a choice between you and another person. Okay, I promise you, I've been like meditating about this and trying to get it. What were you manifesting in? Gosh, you know what happened is you manifested in your power. You manifested in your power. You manifested in your voice. See, that magician's pulling something in, cooking something up. But here's what I love. This Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is someone that is world-wise and maybe a little bit weathered and weary because of the way that people have been behaving or because of choices that people have made. Let's see what else is going on here, guys. With the Star card, clarify the Star card for me. Yeah. I wish upon a star that my love, my family, my pentacles, my abundance is not far. Call it in. Can we begin? Can we go to a place that's new? I've been wishing, my love, I've been wishing for someone just like you. That's interesting to me that comes up, because it's about having a filled up cup. And I feel like that's something that you've been working towards, Capricorn, is having a filled up cup. But there were things that you could not see. There were things that were taking you off track, things that drained you of your glee. And so you look and you're asking, what is this web of deception? What is this thing that I'm caught up in? Let's get some clarity on that. That's a clarification for the Devil card here. Even though it's your card, let's talk about the energy. Someone who wasn't making decisions, someone who was thinking, someone who had small offers, someone who might be drinking, okay? When we're dealing with cups, there's something coming in here about addiction with that Devil card. That one's calling out to me. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, because of it, you're wanting new beginnings, fresh starts. It's not just that the person may have been a fool, but it's that you're asking for some new beginnings and some fresh starts. Let me do one more clarification with this deck. Messages coming in. So what we have here, from what I'm seeing, is the ability to move forward. The messages coming in, what are you wanting to hear? We're going to pull a different deck. It's one of my favorites. We were just working with the Light Seers. I think this one is the Spellcasters. Let's see. Angels, clarify what the messages are about. Okay, this is interesting. Now we're cooking. Now this is about our intuition. This is about going in. This is about perception. This is about the Akashic records. This is about moving into a place of deeper awareness. This is about putting down your burdens. This is about understanding that it's time to move forward. This is about knowing that there are endings at this 10 of Wands and there are new beginnings that come up. What are the new beginnings? Oh, come on now. These are the cups that you want filled up. These is the love. This is the balance. This is the thing that you're pulling in, wishing upon a star. I wonder where you are. Are you real? Are you true? Could this new love be just for you? I think it is, Capricorn. I think it is, but what are we leaving? Okay, what are we leaving behind? Here's this energy again. We're leaving behind the bondages and attachments to relationships that weren't fulfilling. There's one of you here, a couple of you here, that are dealing with an energy of nostalgia, holding on to something, because these two cards came out together, holding on to something because it's familiar, or holding on to something because you had previous connections to it, thinking that this was going to be a path that you could go down that would be fulfilling for you, but it was really self-imprisonment. Can we talk for a minute, Caps? Self-imprisonment. Here's what's so interesting about this card that I love. If you take a really good look, I'm going to get it really close. The arms are not bound. She's standing, or he's standing in front of the swords. He is standing in the midst of them. And he can easily take the blindfold off, see his surroundings or her surroundings, and free themselves from this situation. So that's what your angels are calling you to do. Eight of Cups comes up here. What are you walking away from? And the question is, what are you walking into? So what are you walking away from when I ask that question? So this is an energy of someone who's not really giving you the commitment. That's the thing, Capricorn. You want commitment. You want a long-term, stable commitment, and your angels say that that's what they're bringing to you. But it does involve you releasing yourself from your bondage and your self-imprisonment. We're going to pull a couple quantum leap cards. Let's see this quantum leap that we're going to take here. I'm going to leap into peace. When you leave behind some of these toxic situations, and that Devil card is always speaking of toxicity. Not always. See, it's tricky, guys, because it's your card. You show up in your reading. But what it means is that there may be some attachments that you need to release because you're manifesting this, right? You're manifesting a real energy of connection. Whether in reverses, guys, if you're a man watching or a woman watching, you're manifesting this, okay? You're manifesting the energy of someone who is a balance or a partner. Let's just make it non-gendered, okay? And this is what you're releasing. Who had hidden motivations around you? There's a real, see, this card is about intention, but when I see it, you know what I see is this card of the High Priestess, which is about our intuition. Intention and intuition. This High Priestess has tipped you off to whatever this was, whatever and whoever had hidden motivations, and they said, we're bringing you out, coming out of the dark. I'm not loving you the way I wanted to, had to make a move, had to run from you. I was in love with you, but the vibe was wrong, and it's haunted me all the way home. You're moving home, Capricorn. That is where you're moving to. That's what you're manifesting. That's the place you're going to. This is the card I want to see for you, Capricorn. The honoring path, because that is so Cap. That's so Cap. I'm sorry, I'm out of frame here. I'm still, like I said, getting used to this camera. I am out of frame here, but the honoring path is what you are on. And you get there because of great gratitude. The thing about the honoring path and great gratitude is Capricorn likes things to be integral. Isn't that how we started out the reading? It is important for you to have things that are on the up and up. You don't like shenanigans and you don't like games. You like things that are actually real. And this is the final place that we're going to. Kindred partnership at the bottom of the deck. What they're saying to you is you had to come out of this place, the bottom of this deck, of internal conflict and external conflict, whether you put yourself here, whether it was that self-imprisonment moment, or whether it was a situation where you were imprisoned emotionally, mentally, or actually by somebody that didn't mean you well. They're saying we're cutting the cords, we're going free, we're sailing out of stormy seas. Six of Swords. This is the card of moving into a safe passage. This is the card, I'm going to see if I can find it in a different deck for you. This is a card of moving into a place where you are protected, where you know what's coming, where you know what's happening, where you're actually moving on, where you have higher power assistance and help. That's what the Six of Swords represents. We're sailing out of stormy seas into places where we can actually be one with ourselves in proper union, without drama, in real communion, In a place, where we are loved and protected and guided. This card depicts it even more so. You see the orb over his head? This is ascended masters, ancestors, and angels. There you are. Now, what I find interesting about this card and the other card that I have here, let's see if we can make this connection, guys. They're telling us a story. So here it is. In this boat, do you see the woman with her eyes closed? Can you see that her eyes are closed? And do you see this person blindfolded? You see there's a theme happening here in your life right now. There's a theme happening here in your life. And the energy is that you're being guided, divinely guided. Higher power communication, divinely guided. Someone else is captaining the ship, meaning spirit has gotten behind you and is pushing you to your destination, and it is a destination of freedom. It is a destination of abundance. Let's take one more look here, see what comes up. So good. Victory. Love this card for you, Capricorn. This is borrowing from your Leo brethren here in the zodiac. This is about Six of Wands. This is triumphant. This is winning. And this is being able to finally be center stage in your relationships and in your own life, because someone has been trying to usurp your power. Someone has been tyrannical in your energy and you needed to release them. Somebody was triangulating. Maybe somebody wasn't being fair, but someone wanted it to be their way, only that way. No other way, unless the highway. And your angels came in with quick communication, and they came in to fill up your cup. And they said, if you can release this, we promise you things will look up. And release it, you have. And you've moved forward into the new. You're leaving behind a very misaligned you. You see misalignment. You started with good intentions in one situation and then it just went left from what I'm seeing here. Oh, goodness. And why did it go left? Because someone wanted to have control. You know, this is an interesting, this is so interesting, because the card of the devil is about control. Capricorn energy is a powerful fixed energy which can have control issues and issues releasing that control. And it came up upside down, right? So that means that you're releasing some of those issues that had you stuck. You're releasing some of those issues that kept you mired in the muck. But when we turn it right, let's take a look and see that self-mastery is what this card is to be. It's an 8 card. 8 is the number of mastery, right? When we're pulling it out of a regular tarot spread, that's the number of self-mastery regarding workplace, building up your pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is the card. And so this is what they're asking you to do, is to become the master of you. That is really important here, guys. In order to have the relationship that you want, you have to really work on your self-mastery spiritually. Let's see what else is going to come up for us here out of this heart chakra deck. Take the lead, Capricorn. Now, this is 3 Ascended Masters. Again, Ascended Masters coming through. Ascended Masters that are working on behalf of you. They've taken the lead and they've moved you forward. And now the rest is in your hands. Because the divine says, if you stick with us and you trust, I promise you, we have great plans. We will begin again, 0. We will start again if you let us take the lead. If you let us show you the way. Because what we're trying to bring into your life is no longer about chaos. It never was about chaos. It's about being in a highly communicative relationship where you can plant your seeds, grow, and stay. That's where your angels are taking you. And a final card. Back to this Leo energy. They must really want you to embrace this energy about yourself. See, Capricorns, you guys are modest. You guys are humble. You're hard workers. I love the work ethic of Capricorn energy. And what's happening here is they're saying it's time to shine a little bit. It's time to be out. It's time to be on display. It's time to call in for you the thing that feels right. And we're going to end with an animal totem card. I love these, guys. I will be reading out of the book to wrap this up for you. But this is what this is about. It's time to move into more peaceful energy, okay? It's time to get balanced within yourself. It's time. Because it's time for relationship. You want to lock down the love, right? You want to lock down the love. You were on a love lockdown, some of you guys. It's time. It's time to move on. We've got two cards that came up here for you. The Dragonfly and the Phoenix. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm kind of fond of that. Especially with all this fire energy that's been coming up here. So let's take a look and see exactly what this is to be. Firefly. Inspired and fantastic yet fleeting. The firefly contains the light of 1,000 stars. It's pure, radiant, and illuminating. This high frequency charge cannot be sustained for long. Therefore, the firefly card indicates a moment of inspiration or awakening that quickly fades if we do not catch it. There is firefly energy behind every poem, behind every song and invention. Our job is to be ready to harness this creative spirit when it graces our path. What can you do to support this precious and elusive light? There may be some new ideas being born within you, Caps, so make sure that you're writing this down and catching it. The muse comes through. You know, I once heard a poet that I really respect describe standing out in her fields when poems would come to her when she was a child, and she would have to run as fast as she could back to the house to write it down before it left her. Sometimes these great ideas we get, and you, Cap, are full of great ideas. They don't just stay forever, so make sure you harness the energy of that. When you're in balance with Firefly Spirit, you're writing, creating, and brainstorming. Maybe you're brainstorming how to manifest this new energy or brainstorming how to escape a toxic energy. Pay attention. When out of balance, it's burnout, it feels dull. So they want you to be in balance with this. Let's talk about the Phoenix. Freedom from suffering and past karma reincarnation. This is the first card that came out for you guys. Okay, this is the first card, this Phoenix card. Let's talk about it. The Phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it. What were we talking about in this reading? Releasing some past connections. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The Phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication, tapas. The essence of the Phoenix is with us when we realize that we've been suffering. I've been loving you so long. Come on now. That we've been suffering too long and something must change. We take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind. Now let's talk about that. This, even though this is your card, is the epitome of being driven by the unconscious mind. This is our primal urges, our lower vibration at times. There can be a higher vibration. There's a purpose to this, but you've got to balance it. So this happens when we've been driven by the unconscious mind and its list of fears. We must take a stand and realize that we must not run from the fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the Phoenix is lit. And the great bird, this great bird, helps us to burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and the dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the Phoenix lifts our spirits up, 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 up. And we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It is a sign of the fire of transformation as it lights upon your wings. Yeah. It's time to start taking a new look at yourself, guys. Pay attention to the ideas that come in. But more importantly, understand that when the Phoenix comes into our life, it's like a tower moment. It's like the death card in the deck. It's major transformation, transmutation of past energies. It's time to move forward and to release, Caps. And your angels and ancestors are going to be assisting you with that. What are you creating for yourself? Okay? I didn't start the video saying all of the things we should say as readers. But this is timeless. So if you found it, you found it. And if you heard it, you heard it. And if it touched you, you touched you. And if you want to leave a comment about your situation, I'd love that. All right, guys, it was so nice sharing some energy with you today. Come on back, and we will continue to evolve together.